When Theseus was born, his father Aegeus the king placed a sword and a pair of sandals under a very big rock. He told Theseus' mother,
"When Theseus can lift the rock, send him to me in Athens."
and Theseus did just that. He lifted the rock and retrieved the gifts. "My son, now that you are big and strong, you can know about your father. He is in Athens and waiting for you. You may now begin your journey."
"On this free boat that I have." No way, Grandpa, that's way too easy. I want to do it the hard way. I want to be a hero like Hercules."
"Oh, honey, you don't need to worry about being a hero yet, and Hercules isn't that great anyway. Please take your grandfather's boat. It's much safer, and I won't have to worry about you." Alas, Theseus did not take the boat and decided to go on foot. On the way to Athens, Theseus ran into many bad guys y banditos, but he dealt with them swiftly and justly. By the time he arrived at Athens, he was known for his great deeds and seen as a hero and beloved by Athenians. Aegeus felt threatened by his new hero.
"What if he wants to become king? What are we going to do?"
Medea knew who Theseus was through her sorcery and didn't feel like losing her power over Aegeus. She came up with a plan. "Simple. We poison him. No, Theseus? No problem."
Yes, that can work. Okay, you do it. I'm king, I can't be involved in this kind of scandal."
The king invited Theseus to drink with him. He accepted. Medea gives Theseus a glass. Just as he was about to drink, Aegeus notices the sword that he gave his son and puts two and two together. He smacks the cup out of Theseus' hand.
"Stop it, it's poison. That sword, where did you get that sword?"
Medea realizes that she's going to get in trouble, and she flees to Asia.
"My father left it for me under a rock to find when I was ready." "Oh my God, you're my son. Hear ye. This is my son Theseus. He is the Prince of Athens now."
During the time that Theseus arrived to Athens, there was required tributes of 7 maidens and 7 youths every 9 years to the Minotaur, a creature living in a labyrinth on the island of Crete.
"I will be tribute to the Minotaur. I plan on killing the Minotaur and escaping to the labyrinth. If I succeed, I will change the sail upon our ship from black to white to signal my safe return."
Ariadne sees Theseus among the tributes and falls madly in love with him. Sending for the creator of the labyrinth, Daedalus, she asks for a way out of the maze. "I have a way for you to escape the labyrinth. All I ask is that you return us to Athens together and marry me."
"Of course. How do I solve the labyrinth?"
"Simply bring a ball of string into the maze with you and tie it to the doorknob behind you upon entry. You will be able to find your way back." Following Ariadne's advice, Theseus searches the labyrinth and slays the Minotaur with his bare hands. He then leads Ariadne and the others out of the labyrinth. Theseus then fails to hold his promise and leaves her behind on the island of Naxos.
Upon returning home to Athens, Theseus forgets to change the sails from his ship from black to white. Seeing this, his father Aegeus believes Theseus to be dead and throws himself from the Acropolis into the sea, killing himself and making Theseus king of Athens. Under his rule, Athens prospered and was soon called upon to help fight in the War of the Seven against the Thebes. With his army, he conquered Thebes. They forced the city to allow enemy casualties to be buried, but they did not pillage or raid the city, showing Theseus to be a great king. Later on, he showed these qualities in helping Oedipus and his daughters when they had been cast out, again receiving Hercules and aiding him after his madness and killing his wife and children. In his rule, Theseus still had many adventures, such as stealing away an Amazonian woman by the name of Hippolyta and having his only son with her by the name of Hippolytus. The Amazons even came to rescue her and broke into the city of Athens before being defeated. Later on, helping his best friend Pirithous, the king of Lapithae, the pair attempted to steal Persephone from the underworld, but Hades, knowing their intentions, tricked them into chairs of forgetfulness, with only Theseus being rescued by his cousin Hercules. In his later years, Theseus marries the sister of Ariadne, Phaedra. This brings great misfortune to both them and Hippolytus.
Theseus returned to his old estate with his new wife, Phaedra, and was reunited with his son Hippolytus. The father and son immediately became close and bonded. Meanwhile, Phaedra was falling madly in love with Hippolytus, but Hippolytus would never notice her or any woman because he worshipped the chaste goddess Artemis and refused to think about any woman. This angered Aphrodite. Phaedra, so miserably in love she would rather die, confided in her nurse. On a day when Theseus was out, Phaedra's nurse went to Hippolytus to tell him of her lady's feelings. "My lady is dying. Please, give her love. Give her life!"
Oh my god, women are so disgusting. Absolutely nasty. You are nasty. Your lady is nasty. She is my stepmother, for crying out loud, and this is not that kind of story. Disgusting. Absolutely vile. I think I'm gonna puke. I must leave this house at once because I am so disgusted.
The nurse, knowing how Phaedra was feeling, offered to help her, but Phaedra simply hushed her and then told her, "I will settle my own affairs." When Theseus returned home, he discovered the women of the house crying.
What is wrong? Why is everyone crying?
Phaedra's maid hands him a letter written by Phaedra. In it details the reasons of her death, blaming Hippolytus.
By gods, this is outrageous. Curse him, I curse him. Father, father, what is it? What is it? What is it? You have struck my wife and now she is dead. I put a curse on you. Father, I would never. I swear on Zeus that I did no such thing. Talk to the hand. You are hereby exiled. Now GTFO.
Hippolytus left, and while he was on the cliffs, was attacked by a sea monster and mortally wounded. In his final hours of life, the goddess Artemis appeared to him, and then returned him to his father. And proclaimed of his innocence and how Phaedra had lied, Artemis told Theseus that it was not his fault but the goddess Aphrodite, and that he had angered her, and that his son would be remembered in song and story. The goddess vanished, and Hippolytus died. At the end of Theseus' life, he went to the court of one of his friends who was a king. The reason is unknown why he went, but what we do know is that his friend, the king, and then all of the court killed Theseus. After his death, there was a statue constructed in Athens to honor him.